It was a crying, drinking wine kind of night, and this time it wasn't that hard. This time I knew what to expect. I've done this 3 times, so I knew what to expect. But I am ready to have it back because I don't have cancer anymore. And when I look in the mirror, I see a cancer patient. So, and that's the hard part is this is what I see. I can put the wigs on and I don't see that person, but when I get up in the morning, I see that person.
And I first met Andrea last week, but your hair's already longer than it was last week, right?
It's starting
to... So we have a couple comments from Facebook. The first one from Morella. Morella says, "You're such a strong woman." I assume she's talking to you, both of you really, but thanks Morella for joining. And Martha says, "Keep up the good fight." So thanks again, and thanks for being here, and thank you, Martha, for that. I've got a couple more items from Facebook that I pulled here. Andrea will be familiar with these, but she didn't know that I had them printed, and hopefully you can see them. If you can't, they are on Facebook. This is a picture of Andrea and her best friend that she posted on Facebook. And this is a picture of Andrea's husband here. And rocking the wig here. Oh. So I'm going to hand these back to you and tell me these pictures. What are we looking at here?
The first one is my best friend Karen, and when I got diagnosed, she shaved her head. And unfortunately, I lost her to pancreatic cancer last year. And when I shaved her head, and I told her that if she thought I was shaving my head, she was nuts because I wasn't doing it. I'd already done it once. So she did this for me, though. That was 7 years ago. I've been doing this 7 years. So, and my husband, I was having a very, very rough time the first go around. I was having trouble with chemo, and I had a couple wigs, and he put them all on, went in the bedroom, took his picture, and I got to the chemo suite, and these were all around my bed the day that I went to the chemo suite. There was about 5 or 6 of them hanging up for everyone to see. So I love this man.
Absolutely. And he looks great with that hair, too.
Yeah, well, we still have Ginger. That's Ginger.
So, and that kind of leads into another point. How important is it to have people with you through this part of the journey?
No, it's very important. He makes me feel good every day. My sister, my mom, everybody that has helped me through this. We've been hit pretty hard in my family with cancer, so yeah, it just you need the support, your friends.
And does family treat you differently when?
No, not my family.
Your hair, no?
No, not even my grandson. He just kind of went, "Oh, Grandma. Yeah, okay." Checked out my head, and away we went, and he hasn't said a word since. So
I will say though that in our social work department, some people it is hard for their kids to see their mom with their hair loss, and so we have dolls where the hair comes off, so you can have the conversation with the kids just in case they might help.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you also, Dr. Ham, if you go online and you search, as I have been preparing for this show, and you search cancer hair loss, you can get any number of tricks or items or things that promise to help not make that happen. What are your thoughts on those different products out there?
Yeah, so there are things called cool caps, and there's 2 products out there. They're quite expensive, and the literature is not strong in its how well it works or how well it's tolerated, and it is expensive. I think it's about $3,000 to get a cool cap. They're hard to put on. If you don't put them on perfectly, you're going to still lose your hair. There was 2 trials, small trials, only about 150 people in each trial. And in one of the trials, women got chemo where they may not have lost their hair anyway. And so it's a little bit iffy, the benefit. And so there aren't many places in established centers, even in the States, that use this routinely.
And so, yeah, that goes on your head while you're going for the treatment?
Yeah, that's what I understand. I don't know that very well. I have never used them, so I understand you put it on. I think you start half an hour before, and then you wear it for a period of time after.
Are there any risks to trying something like that?
I think the biggest one is for blood-borne cancers like leukemias and lymphomas. You don't want to decrease the blood supply to any part of your body, so that's what that's doing, because that could allow the leukemia lymphoma to survive in that area. So you don't want to do it if you have those blood-borne cancers.